it's Trisha and oh my God, this is the third time, actually this is the fourth time. This is the fourth time that I've tried to get this video started. The first time I am comfy in my pajamas, I'm warm and toasty because it was like freezing cold this morning. And then I finished the whole thing. I uploaded into my computer and it's like this big. And when I shoot it to my TV screen, I look like I'm a fuzzy-haired old lady. I'm like, geez, Louise, not again. And I could not figure out what I did. I'm like, what did I do? Why is it doing this to me? I checked the settings in my computer, that's fine. And then I checked the settings on my camera. I'm the only one that uses this thing. So somehow, some way, I switched it from regular mode to like Instagram mode, which is like this big. So not sure exactly how I did that, but I did. I did, because I'm the only one that touches this camera. Frustrating when you think you haven't done anything and you have. So Tuesday I had a procedure done on my face. Oh, by the way, I suffer from trigeminal neuralgia, occipital neuralgia, and cervicogenic neuralgia, which causes cervicogenic migraines. If you don't know what cervicogenic migraines are, it is in my description below. Wow. I wasn't trying to allow myself to get frustrated over it. I'm like, you know what it is? It's something simple. Just figure it out. Take your time. Don't get frustrated. Because we all know what happens when you get frustrated. You get anxiety. Then your PTSD starts in. Your pain hit starts. Just relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And I'm trying to bake bread for my husband for his lunches, because when I bake bread for him, he doesn't get sick. But if he eats bread from I almost said refrigerator, from the store, he gets sick. So I bake our bread. I bake our bread. I need to slow down. I need to center my chi. Center my chi. Just calm. It was just so stupid. I'm watching YouTube on my TV right now. I'm watching Dr. Pimple Popper pull a lipoma out of this guy's head. I'm like, I get so used to watching her and watching all the explosions of goo that come out of people. I'm kind of sick like that. I'm a retired nurse, and that's one of the things that I kind of enjoy. I for some reason, I'm not disturbed. Well, maybe I am, but I like the blood and gore and the, and that kind of stuff of the whole hospital aspect. It doesn't bother me. The only thing that ever bothered me was phlegm, and to this day phlegm gets to me. It's just like, bleh. I have a brother, and growing up he was very, obnoxious. I guess we all are, but he would and stop what they call a huckaloogie, and it would, to this day, makes me ill to my stomach. I guess people blowing their nose really doesn't bother me, but when it comes to like crap coming out of your lungs, that bothered me. I remember when I started working, I moved back to Mississippi for about a year, and I started working on their TB ward, and there was a gentleman that had to have a tracheotomy. Well, I guess fresh tracheotomies are very phlegmy. It's just that word, phlegm. It's nasty. But anyway, I wasn't prepared for it. The nurse asked me to go in there and check his dressing and make sure that he wasn't having any issues with his trach. And if he was having issues with his trach, to call respiratory and they would come clear the trach out. I'm like, That shouldn't be very hard, now should it? It doesn't prepare you anything for what you're about to embark on. I opened the door and this poor guy tried to talk, and when he did, this plug came out of his trach and flew across the room and splatted on the wall. You know that slime that kids used to have that they would splat against? Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. And I guess I immediately turned green and turned around and walked out of the room. My RN that I was working under at the time, she goes, "What just happened?" I'm like, "It's all over the wall." And she goes, "Yeah, that happens quite often." I'm like, "What? I can't do this. Put me back on med-surg. Put me anywhere else. I'll work with your HIV patients. I would rather clean babies' bottoms all day long than have to deal with that." So yeah, I had to make that change really quick. It was pretty bad. So back to me. This video has got me just all in a rage. So back to my trigeminal neuralgia, and first it started out with the cervicogenic migraines, and I believe that all started from when I was in a car accident in 2003, and I had what they call a hangman's fracture from being rear-ended. It lifted my head up off my shoulders and then right back down again. And I was in a cervical collar for about 8 weeks. I was in a hard collar for 8 weeks, and then I went to a soft collar for about 4 weeks. And then I had physical therapy after that. So I didn't have to have surgery, thank you God. I still have some right-sided weakness from it, but that's all I came out of it. But I've had nerve issues ever since then. I've had, it started out with the really bad migraines, and they couldn't figure out what kind of migraine, so they called it cervicogenic, which if you look it up, it's a pretty generic reason for migraines. And then I started having what they called hemiplegic migraines, which the whole right side of my body would go numb. The right side of my face would sag. I seriously would look like I was having a stroke, but it was just a migraine. And just a migraine. I mean, a migraine where you're laying in bed and wishing that somebody would just shoot you. Then I started having severe pain shooting up the back of my head over this like this, and this is called the occipital. So I started having occipital neuralgia. Now this just started this last year, where I started having the trigeminal neuralgia. So now we have all these neuralgias going on the right side of my head. And I believe that's because when I was hit, I was pushed forward on my steering wheel. I had both hands on the steering wheel, my elbows locked, and my both feet on the brake. And I had my head turned this way, staring up in the mirror, because I watched this man just plow into me. Not his fault. He was dead. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? The poor guy died, and then he hit me. So I have suffered from that for probably going since 2003, and it's 2008 now. So a long time. So I've finally gotten to the correct doctors that can help me. And actually what they're doing is they're going in and they're burning that nerve. Just all my facet joints from C2, C3, C3, C4, C4, C5, C5, C6. So all of these nerves get burned in my neck, and they have to go through the front of your neck. They use a needle about this long. It seems like it's, a needle this long. And they go in on both sides of your neck, all the way down. And then they thread the wire through that needle, and then they burn the facet joints, those nerves. And it is a really fantastic result. And I have 6 months of healing, not healing time, 6 months free of pain. I don't have any pressure in my head. I don't have any neck pain. My traps will start to relax for the first time, oh my God, ever. And I don't have muscle spasms that go down my rhomboids, which is the muscles that go down on each side of your spine. And to me, that's God. I mean, this doctor's a God to me compared to what I've been going through. Destroyed my stomach with NSAIDs, with ibuprofen, which didn't do a damn thing for me, except for destroy my stomach. And I'm sorry, my shirt is being a Klingon. And so now I'm more on the nerve medicines, the Gabapentins, the Carbamazepine and NUCYNTA for my pain med. And I hate the NUCYNTA, except for when I start hurting, I'll take one of those NUCYNTAs. You dang straight I will, because I can't take anything else because of my stupid stomach and liver and my kidneys, because of all this other crap that I've been taking to try to make myself feel better. So I'll take the NUCYNTA. It doesn't have any lasting effects. It has minimal euphoric feeling when you take it. I do feel it, but not like I did when they put me on that friggin' morphine. I'll tell you what, that stuff put me in I've never taken an opiate. The only time I've ever taken an opiate is like when I've had a surgery. But then when you leave the hospital, you don't take it anymore. So they had me on morphine, and I'll tell you what, no, I can't take that. I can't take that. I don't know how people get addicted to it, because I'm not a drug person. I never have. I've never had the want, desire, or anything. I mean, look at our parks. You can walk through our parks and see what drugs do to you. Do you think I want that in my life? Nope, not me. No way. No way, Jose. So the procedure went well. I'm feeling really good today. I've got my laundry going. I've got bread in the oven, not in the oven, but it is in the oven, but it's rising in the oven because it's a little chilly here today. So I put it in the oven where it's a little bit warmer. Turn the light on in the oven. It rises nicely, and then I'll go and reshape it, and then I'll let it rise a little bit more. So I'll have nice fresh bread for my husband. I'll insert pictures somewhere in here. Show you how my bread looks when I'm done with it, and what my kitchen looks during me making bread. I swear to God, if my husband were to walk through the kitchen when I'm making bread, he'd be like, God. But no, I can't stand to have dishes in my sink, so it gets cleaned up immediately. I'm not one to clean as I go. I'm kind of that type of person that leaves a trail of dirt behind me and then goes right back through and cleans it up. That's kind of the way I am. I guess I bake the way I talk. It's just kind of a bunch of rambling crap. In the end, it kind of turns out nice. It is what it is. So I am having surgery next week. I'm having surgery. I had a procedure Tuesday, and I'm having surgery next week. I tell you what, turning 50 just kind of sucks. I have an issue with, forgive me for this word, the sphincter, the sphincter that goes into your stomach, through your esophagus, goes into your stomach. And for some reason that isn't working. It's just, on me, it's wide open. And I also have a small hernia on one side of it. So they're going to go through and fix that hernia. They're going to wrap the esophagus and pull it tight so it's going to turn it into kind of like a one-way valve. So any stuff can go through it, but nothing can come back up out of it. Had a swallow study, and they weren't happy with what they saw. There's nothing really bad, but they're not particularly happy with what they saw. I had a not EKG. I did have an EKG. My heart's fine. Hey, that's a good thing, right? But had a upper GI, and they said that the skin on the inside is starting to change color, and that's not very good. I guess it's close to Barrett's esophagus, which nobody wants because that's pre-cancer. You just don't want that in your life. So they're going to go through and they're going to clean everything up. I've got some ruts from acid reflux. I got a lot of ruts in there, so they're going to go in and clean all that up, and I will be in the hospital for about a day. So I may do a little bit of videoing while I'm in the hospital, but probably not too much. So I'll probably be, I guess it won't be too bad because I usually don't video on the weekends anyway. And I'm having surgery Friday morning, and then I come home Sunday. So yeah, I guess it'll be about just like I always do. So that being said, I guess I've kept you here long enough, and I hope I don't have to redo this video again, because if I do, I'm just going to scrub the whole thing. I am going to add some pictures into here, but as y'all know, I don't do a whole lot of editing, so I really don't, because I don't know how. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Mwah!